Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the garden. I just wanted to come out here and show you how good everything is doing and how much everything has changed. So look at the purple hull peas. They are climbing up this trellis. They are doing an amazing job. The sorrel, it's always doing well. And this kale, I had cut this all the way back and it's coming back up again. And then my bush beans. Look at the bush beans in here. They are doing so well. They are full of flowers. These are going to be so productive, and I'm so happy about that. And I have my stevia and chocolate mint. It's doing good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down some. The mint is doing good. And then it looks like my Tiny Tim tomatoes may have gotten drowned out by that little rain that we got here. And the African blue basil, it's doing well as always. And then my marigolds, oh, look at the little baby flower there. And then, oh my God, guys, so remember I was telling you about the garbanzo beans, and I was not sure if they were going to produce anything or how long they were going to continue, but look at that. Look at all these garbanzo beans on here, or chickpeas, whichever folks like to call them. Oh my goodness, do you see that? I mean, this plant is busy. Well, it's actually 3 plants in this pot, actually, but they are busy. And then I think there's some strawberries in there that I need to harvest out too. And look how big this bell pepper is, so that's definitely coming off. And then I'm gonna go over here. I do have quite a few blueberries that I have to pick, but I wanted to also show you how big this ground cherry plant has gotten. It's gotten really big, so I had to take the nasturtium out that I had in here because I didn't want it to compete. I think I left 1 in there. Yes, 1 still in there. But this plant has gotten so big, and look at the Armenian cucumbers. Jesus. But they look amazing. They're full of flowers. I can't wait for those cucumbers. And then the carbone tomato, although a lot was harvested off, there's still quite a few on here that will need to come off soon. And this one here has a few cucumbers that absolutely, yeah, these need to come out. They are really big. So I have this one here that's big and this one that's really big. I guess we missed those, so I'm gonna take those off, and there's still quite a few coming on here. And then look at, although the grapes are small, they are ripe, so they are coming off as well, and boy are they tasty. Look at these grapes. So thank God I covered them because the birds probably would have eaten them up. So I have my grapefruits here, and they're doing really good. I have to get all the spider webs off of them. And my collard trees, as you can see, they're doing really good. And then it's so much stuff that needs to be done out here. So I'm gonna make salsa today because I have so many tomatoes sitting on the counter that my son had to come out and pick for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and make salsa, and here's more bell peppers that will be coming off today. And then this celery, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of that. It's quite a bit. I have banana peppers over here. They look amazing. And then these are the Italian peppers. So it looks like they're going to take a little bit longer, but those banana peppers, I can't wait to pull those off. And these, I think I'm going to go ahead and harvest these plants out. It looks like they're getting ready to go to seed. So I'm going to take these out and then plant some more purple lettuce in there, or red leaf lettuce. And this one is an African blue basil here also, and it's doing really good. I cut them back, and look at them. They're flowering even more. They're so pretty. I love the flowers on those. And then, as you can see, I have a lot of tomatoes on this dwarf tomato here. I think this one is the Little Sicily. That's what I think that one is. My dandelion is doing amazing. The sorrel always doing amazing in here. And then I have my kale. I'll harvest some of that. These, I cut them all the way back last week, and they're doing good. I see a couple of holes here and there, so something is out here munching, so I'll come out here later on this evening and spray. And look at this kale. This looks really good. I did harvest quite a bit off of this one, and it's come back. And I did cut this basil all the way down, and it's bushed back out. And then, oh my God, guys, look. Look how many Roma tomatoes are on this dwarf Roma. This is bananas. This is just since last Friday morning. Look at all these tomatoes. And I think before, when I came out here, it was maybe 3 a week ago. And look, crazy. So I'm gonna come out here and stake this plant. I do see some spots on these leaves, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of these leaves off of here for the health of the plant. And then look at this dwarf tomato plant. Do you see all the tomatoes in there? And last week, same. It was a few tomatoes in there. Now it's like full. So I'm gonna harvest that, and I'm gonna take quite a bit of that lettuce off there again. And the lemon verbena, it's gotten really big. All the mints are always doing good. This is my orange mint. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these leaves off that don't look so great. The mints are doing good. And then, ooh, I have to stake that tomato plant, so I'm gonna do that in just a bit. And then this is the chocolate and pineapple mint, and look how beautiful that looks. And then the stevia. My sage is doing well. And my son did such a wonderful job of watering. This is still my little volunteer plant. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just take this plant out. It's doing absolutely nothing right now. Like I think I have one, yeah, it's a bell pepper over there, and it's a couple of flowers. I might keep it a little longer, maybe. I just feel like it's taking up space. And this one, I cut it all the way back a week ago, and look how well it's doing. That's my kale. And look at Big Rainbow over here. Big Rainbow is doing her thing, although I do see some yellowing on some leaves, so I'm gonna come out and clean that up also. But look at these pretty tomatoes on here. And the Sun Gold is always doing well, so I'm gonna come out here and harvest some of these. But it looks good. My onions are still looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up the soil some so they can grow. And then my banana pepper is actually looking a lot better. So I do see some flowers coming on this banana pepper. And these green beans, oh Jesus. So this one was on here too long, so obviously that's just gonna be used for seed. And probably this one too. But I need to come out here and pick, because there are quite a few green beans in here that need to come out so that this plant can keep producing. There are quite a bit of, well, I did clean it up last week, but I still see some holes in the leaves, so I'll probably clean it up a little bit more. And this one, these are my leeks, and they seem to be doing pretty good. And my rosemary here. And then I'll go back over to the other raised beds here. Well, look, I don't want to miss the opportunity of showing you this rose bush over here. But aren't these gorgeous? Oh my God. The color is coral and they are so pretty. So I have to come out here and do some weeding, as you can see. And these are my goji berries. This plant, this is so funny because the birds, they will not stay out of this goji berry bush. And so this is literally all I'm getting. This side over here and this side over here. Oh, okay, I see some new leaves coming. Okay, come through, goji berries. And hopefully I'll get some more in the middle. But the birds seem to think that that's their home. So my aloe vera plants look good. And I showed you the collards already. So I'm going to go over to this side. Oh, look at my banana plant, how much it's grown in just a week's time. Look how big this plant is. The crazy thing is when I got it, it was one in the middle down here. And it looks like that's coming back up. That's what it started with, the one in the middle. And then it went through the winter and it kind of died. Because it was my first time growing a banana plant and I didn't know that I should put a row cover on it in the winter, so it didn't do well. So then when spring came in, then it was 3 plants. I think it's like 4 plants in here now. And look how big this joker is getting right now. And then I also need to come out here and clean out my compost bin. This whole side is done, so I need to sift it out so I can start a new batch on that side. And this one is working. And over here, all the basil. See, this one is bushed out a lot. This one is bushed out too. The rosemary is doing well. My little Tiny Tim tomato over here is doing good. I'll just come out here and clean it up a bit. I just saw a moth on my plants as usual. And then my garlic chives over here. I have the rosemary in here is doing well. The Thai basil is doing really good. It's really bushing out. I'm gonna have to harvest some of that. And this lettuce, I think I'm gonna take the lettuce out of here also and plant more. And this little Tiny Tim tomato is doing well. You see all the tomatoes on there. And look at the cayenne peppers. I mean, it's full of cayenne peppers. So I'm gonna watch them and make sure nothing eats them up. You would think that hot peppers, the bugs would leave them alone, but absolutely not. So I will be watching them. But I'm really happy about how everything is looking. And this is another little dwarf tomato. It's full of tomatoes here. And this one over here is a Tiny Tim tomato and it's doing well. It's loaded with tomatoes, so I'm gonna have to come out here and harvest some and stake it up a little bit better. Poor baby is falling over. But this one always does really good. And my little aloe babies in here. And then I can go ahead and clean up my little onions and garlic that I harvested last week or the week before. I can't even remember. And I'll go ahead and chop those up and store them. And then look at all those blueberries up there. amazing. I am so happy about the way things are looking. And then I can't possibly miss the opportunity of showing you my elephant ear. Hold on.